The tape was rolling, as it always is on remotes. We always roll. And it caught what Jackson said about the presumptive Democratic nominee. Here's part of it.
Sitting around being talking down to black people on this faith base.
Jackson has apologized repeatedly. Obama has accepted. Now today, more of that conversation. Bill O'Reilly has the backstory on this whole thing, and he's live with us in Studio B now. You know, Bill, I didn't get it from the very beginning.
We held back.
Yeah, but that's not the part I didn't get.
Okay.
If I'm Jesse Jackson,
right.
Jesse Jackson's worn more microphones than I will in my lifetime.
Right.
He didn't think that the people on the other end might be recording it. It's just weird.
You know, when you get older, like I am, Shepard, sometimes you forget. And the Reverend's older than...
Seemed weird, didn't it, Bill?
Look, I never even bothered thinking about that.
All right,
because I just looked at it as a story, as a news story. That's all.
Yeah.
And the news story was one civil rights leader disparaging another civil rights leader for a difference in policy. And the folks have got to get that. I mean, that's an important story. Any news organization would have reported that story. Even if you didn't get it on the mic, but you heard it, you were standing over there.
I'd report it for sure.
You got to report it, all right?
They're newsmakers.
So that's it. That's where you start. But every news organization in the country practices editing. They edit, all right? So we told a story, and we left out a disparaging remark, trash talk, that wasn't directed toward Barack Obama.
What was it?
I'm not even going to say it. It's on some of the websites now.
I've seen it. Are they accurate?
Yeah, they're accurate.
There's some of them that say worse things than other things.
No, it's one word, a disparaging word.
The N-word.
Yeah, and it's trash talking. So we said, do we need that and to get the story across? And the answer is no. Should we have used it? Not for me. I'm not in the business of hurting Jesse Jackson, because it does hurt Jesse Jackson. And I'm not in the business of creating some kind of controversy that's not relevant to the general subject. One civil rights leader disparaging another over policy. So we held it back. Some weasel leaked it to the internet.
Someone who's not looking out for you, Bill.
Had nothing to do with me. That person wants to hurt Jesse Jackson.
Right.
Had nothing to do with me.
Leaked it. I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Leaked it to the internet.
Yes.
And as a result, you've decided we need to tell everything that was on there.
Well, no, we have questions from all the media calling up Fox News, and I mean, I got to do a program tonight. I can't be answering all these questions, so I figured I'd come on with you, the most widely watched personality in the world.
Well, that's correct.
And get it all out so everybody knows.
All right, so here's what happened. He's sitting there in our bureau. He's about to be interviewed on Fox and Friends, and he says these things. The tape, where I'm told that one of our PAs, a PA is a production assistant who probably at oftentimes an entry-level job in the television news business, was listening at the time or something?
Yeah, somebody transcribed the whole conversation. I got
to say that's unusual. Transcribing an off-air conversation.
When you're listening to a news interview,
all right,
and you hear Jesse Jackson saying that about Barack Obama, you're going to transcribe it there, Shepard.
And I definitely raised a flag. Now, as the story goes, and I don't know the backstory here because I stay out of the workings of the O'Reilly factor because it's smart. So, but I hear that the PA, the production assistant, called someone who's a friend or something on the O'Reilly factor and goes, yo, look what I got.
That's right. Somebody called us up and said, I think you may have a big story here. And we took a look at it. It was indeed a big story, an important story. We told it responsibly.
But you didn't tell it that day. You waited.
We waited until we wanted to get Jackson's point of view, Obama's point of view, just like you do with any story.
Yes. So you called him up and you said, Jesse Jackson,
come on the program tonight.
But he didn't. He went on CNN.
Yeah, because CNN gives it.
How'd you feel about that?
Do I care? Not really.
Oh, I bet.
No. You got to understand. Jesse Jackson is free to go on wherever he wants. He gets an easier ride over there, and no disparagement to CNN, but he does, than to coming on and explaining it to me. So he chose to do that.
He went on Wolf Blitzer first, and then later he went to that program that's on at the same time you are. I forget the name of it, but he went on at the same time.
With Campbell Brown.
Brown, right.
And then I think he got a tent and just kind of just slept out over at CNN, and then he just went on every show.
He did go on a lot of programs. But so the story was being played here and there, but he was only answering questions there. All right.
Because he doesn't want to come in. How many people want to come on The Factor? Come on, Smith.
Well,
you've got to answer the questions. We're not going to let you spin and dance, and he didn't want to do that.
All right, so the decision was made to air parts of the tape that were deemed newsworthy. Correct. Because it was one person who's in the news talking about another person who wants to be the president.
Correct.
Along the way, there had to have been conversations with both the Jackson camp and the Obama camp. Tell us about those.
Well, the Jackson people, we said, look, this happened. Please come on and tell us why it happened and clarify anything you want to clarify. And they said, no, we'd rather go on the competition. And we said, fine, that's that. Obama, all we wanted to do was get a reaction from Obama. We're still trying to get Obama to come on The Factor for the first time.
And I bet he will now. Is that part of this?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, if he doesn't, I think he's making a mistake, but he'll be treated respectfully.
But there's no quid pro quo.
No. And all we said to the Obama people was, here's what Jackson said. Do you have a comment? This is journalism 101.
That's normal, I know, but I'm just
101 journalism. That's all we did, and we made a decision to hold back a remark that did not advance the story in any way, shape, or form. Would have put Jackson in a worse position. We don't want to hurt Jesse Jackson. We're not in business to do that, so we held it back, and then some weasel got the whole thing, leaked it out to the internet. And here we are.
Do we know who leaked it and what's happened to that person?
No, but I have the water board over here. And we have a couple of people that, we'll find out.
We don't allow torture here.
Well, talk to some of my guests.
I don't work for The Factor, though. All right, so now we're at a point where I'm not going to go through what the internet has said, but our chairman and CEO, Roger Ailes, has issued a statement that the Fox News Channel is not in possession of a tape that says anything like that. And it's fair for everybody to assume, and you can guarantee us now, that nothing more nefarious.
That's all I have.
That's
it.
Nothing more was said.
No, that's all I have. I mean, I don't know what he said at lunch, or maybe him and Wolf Blitzer went someplace for drinks. I don't know what they said. That's all I have.
That's pretty.
You got everything now.
That's the beginning, middle, and end of the story. Why did this bubble up in the way that it has?
Because it's summer and the media is bored, and Fox News Channel is the dominant news carrier on television, and anything surrounding us is going to be blown up into a big deal.
What do you hope comes out of this?
I'd like another week off. Do you think I can get that?
I'm sure you can.
This summer, that's what I hope. I don't hope anything. You know, I'm trying to cover the election responsibly. I'm sure you are too.
Yeah.
And this is part of it. That's it.
All right. So as far as you're concerned, this is over and done with. There's no more story here.
No. But if Jesse Jackson wants to come on and chat with me, and Barack Obama, of course, we have a green room full of grapes and oranges, and we're ready to go.
I remember when you one time went to a Barack Obama event, and actually that was a Hillary Clinton event. You've been trying to get
it was a Barack Obama event.
Barack Obama.
And he said to me, looked me in the eye and said, I'll come on The Factor after the primaries.
Right. And you're still hoping to hear from him.
We are ready to receive him.
And what kinds of questions do you have for him?
Basically the same kind of questions you would have. And
do you think it's fair that he?
I'm not going to give away my questions, Smith.
But you don't like this. What do you think of that New Yorker cover?
I thought it was unnecessary and exploitative. If the article had dealt with the subject matter of Barack Obama being misperceived as a Muslim guy, then it would have been in context. But what the New Yorker did was try to get controversy, which it did, by putting this crazy cartoon on there. But the article had nothing to do with it. So, it's exploitative. I wasn't offended by it. I just thought it was unnecessary.
Satire.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Stuart Smalley says he's a satirist. Everybody's a satire guy now. This is the new thing.
How do you feel about the fact, to what do you attribute the fact that there is still a percentage in double digits of America who still believe that Barack Obama is a Muslim?
Okay, but they still believe Elvis is at Burger King in Michigan. It's the same crew. It's the same crew who were kidnapped by aliens.
They're crazy.
You said that.
Well,
I respect those people.
You just said they're the same people who think Elvis is at Burger King.
Those
people are crazy.
Isn't he? Look,
no, I'm
come
from Memphis.
on.
I saw
we have 300 million people.
Right.
30 million of us are insane.
All right. Well, we hope all 30 million join us for The Factor tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, and again at 8 Pacific.
There you go.